Hey, what is up everybody? Michael Crump back here again. And well, as you can see, I just picked up this Logitech G90 steering wheel along with the pedals here. Here is the steering wheel itself. Again, these are the Logitech brands. There's a bunch of different buttons here. Definitely right here you kind of got the Xbox One button, but the funny story about this was that as soon as I saw them set this down, I ran and I grabbed it, and I found a couple of other people were trying to get it as well. And yeah, it did actually come with all of the different cables, which for the most part, a lot of these are kind of hard to resource again if you can't find them with the system itself. So yeah, I spent right exactly at $15 for this set, and this set will not be staying with me. I will 100% be selling this. The other thing that I picked up, just because I could never beat the deal, was an Xbox 360 Kinect. Now, I paid a total of $4 for this one, and well, these are obviously very common, but if I can find these for less than $5, I always buy them, simply because these are another item that's really great to pair with a 360 maybe that you found in a thrift store or something like that, in order to get just a little bit more money out of it. The other item that I got was actually brand new, and that was this Razer DeathAdder V2, and I believe that this is one of the more deluxe models, mainly because it had these extra buttons right up here at the top. Now again, this was about as clean and as perfect as you could really get, and I paid $3 for this one. Obviously these Razer mouse, you know, they typically go for probably about 40 or so bucks if you bought one of these brand new, like on Amazon or something like that. Even when I looked at the other kind of cables that came with it, I mean, these cables have never ever been used. I mean, these things are about as clean as it gets, and probably this is one of the cleanest mouse that I've ever found kind of out and about. So yeah, a couple of pickups for today. I spent right around 20 or so bucks for a Xbox One G90 steering wheel and the pedals, as well as the Kinect there, and then finally for the Razer DeathAdder V2. This one I will be keeping, and more than likely I'll just be using this one on one of my own systems at home, since yeah, you can't beat getting a brand new Razer for $3. So I just picked up this Xbox 360 wireless racing wheel with force feedback, and if we turn this around, here is what the steering wheel looks like. So it, for the most part, looked in pretty good condition. So taking a look at the front here, we can see that it has all of the normal type of buttons that you would expect, like the A, B, the X, the Y, the start button here, your back button, a start button again, and then a directional pad. You know, all of these buttons felt like they were, you know, working pretty well. And, you know, it looks like this is some fairly nice kind of leather or some sort of material, but definitely would be fine if you were, you know, using this in an actual racing game. Now on the very front, you will see that it has just a couple of different ports. So it has the LED, and then there is the button where you press it to sync it, and then that last one looks like that was for maybe the chat pad or something like that. If you turn it right here on its side, you will see that right here is where you would put the battery in. So you take off that cover right there, and this is just your standard kind of Xbox, you know, 360, you know, controller battery pack that you would use there, that you can just insert right back into here, and it goes back in just like that. Now, I believe on the very front of this, there is 2 extra ports here. So there is obviously the DC or the power in, and then there is this RJ11 cable that you do need to connect that RJ11 over here to the actual brake and gas pedals. These pedals, these also came with it, and these shows its Xbox 360 right there on the front of it. I haven't really messed with the pedals, but there isn't anything about it that makes me feel like, you know, they're not working properly. But if we take this, we can see on the back there's just a little bit of product information, but then right up here is where you would connect that RJ11 to in order to get your gas and your brake, etc. working. Now, this unit did not come with that RJ11 cable, and you may be thinking, is that the same as the phone cable? Well, it is a single braided, as far as I understand, cable or RJ11 that you would need to get. I don't have one of those right now to test it. And then it also did not come with the DC power in, but I believe that that is a pretty standard port. And so for this unit right here, I paid a total of $14 for it. I will probably be selling it. They just don't sell that well. But I thought, you know, if anything, I could just play maybe some Project Gotham Racing or something like that on my Xbox 360 with it if I'm just kind of, you know, waiting for it to sell and maybe it's not selling. And the only other thing that I picked up while I was there that day was Zoo Tycoon for the Xbox One. So if I open this up, it did not come with any paperwork or anything like that, and for the most part they didn't, but it did have the disc. I paid $1.50 for this, and really I just bought it because at some point I'll more than likely have an Xbox One to sell, and then this will again be something nice to pair it with. All right, thank you so very much. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.